Hello, everybody, and welcome to this series again on what successful CEOs do. And we are already in part three, and I hope that part one and part two have been a blessing to you. And in this part three, we are looking at financial health management. One of the most important things that a CEO does is financial health management. Whether you're a founder of a startup, whether you are a CEO of a growing large company with 1,000 employees, one of the most important things that you need to pay attention to intentionally is financial health management. You actually have no business if the finances are not there. But finances coming in is one thing, but how you manage these finances to run the business is another thing. And this is where the job of an executive comes in. An executive makes sure that the finances coming in are well managed. You know, I'll be talking briefly about the things that a good CEO should be doing as far as financial health management is concerned. And as I always like to say, as you go through this session and as you go through other teachings by other experts and professionals, anytime you create time to sit, learn, and pick up things, always make sure that you are doing two things. Number one, what will you start doing because of what you have learned? And what will you stop doing because of the new insights that you have gained? So I'm hoping that before the end of this part three, there will be things that you will start doing as a CEO and some things that you will stop doing as a CEO. The first thing that a successful CEO will do when it comes to financial management is to work closely with the chief financial officer, with the accountant, or with the person heading the financial department to oversee the company's financial health, including budgeting and cash flow. You need to oversee budgeting. Budgeting basically means um, the money that you will use and how you will use the money for that month, for that week, or for that year, or for the next 10 years. But you need to budget, have a documented process of how much you will use and where that money will go to. Not only that, but the cash flow. You need to oversee the movement of money within your business. What is coming in, what is going out. That's cash flow. Cash in, cash out. As simple as that. But you need to oversee this. Now, I mentioned chief financial officers or finance officers or accountants. For people that are still at the startup level or people that are running small businesses, many a times they don't yet have the money to recruit an accountant or a finance officer. So this is something that you will be doing for yourself. No matter how busy you think you are as a founder or a young CEO, you need to pay attention to this. But if you have grown, one of the most important people to hire in a growing business is an intelligent, experienced chief financial officer or an accountant or a finance officer in general. So you need to oversee the company's financial health, including budgeting and, of course, cash flow. Number two, the second thing that you should do under financial health management is to understand the principle of value creation. Having money is one thing, but knowing how to use that money to create value for your business is another thing. So, one thing that a successful CEO does is understand the principles of value creation, the ability to make informed decisions with the money you have so you can create value for your business. I'll say that again. The ability to make informed decisions that can create value for your business with the money that you have. That is the second thing that a successful CEO should be doing when it comes to financial health management. The third thing is make key decisions on capital expenditure, investments, and risk management. A successful CEO makes informed decisions on capital expenditure. What is capital expenditure? Capital expenditure is the use of money obtained, the use of the money that you have to upgrade or to buy new assets that will be used for productive purposes for the company. That's capital expenditure. For example, if you take money and you buy a laptop, and that laptop will play a critical role as far as the value creation in your business is concerned, that is capital expenditure. Any money that you take and you buy an asset that will not play any productive purpose in your business is not a capital expenditure. It is a liability. Many people spend money on liability in the name of capital expenditure. So as a CEO, you make informed decisions on capital expenditure. What kind of assets do we need to obtain for productive purposes? What kind of assets do we need to upgrade for productive purposes? And you don't only make informed decisions on capital expenditure, you also make informed decisions on risk management. Manage the financial risk of the business. If you cannot do that, you can hire the experts of a risk manager. It's very important. The next thing that a successful CEO will do is to work with the head of the finance department, who could be a chief finance officer, to develop financial reporting and auditing for the business. Develop financial reporting process. How are we going to report concerning our finances? Will it be a weekly report, monthly report? And in this report, what do we need to see? What are the things in the report? Do you want to see all expenses? Do you want to see all income? Do you want to see all capital expenditures? Do you want to see all of them combined in one document? Whatever, you need to work with your finance person to develop a financial reporting process. The next thing under this point is develop an auditing process. An auditing process is important. It's an accountability system. People can steal from the company because of poor auditing process. The company can get into financial trouble with government in charge of taxes because of poor auditing and poor financial reporting. And that can lead the company to be shut down. So you need to make sure that as a CEO, you work closely with a finance person to develop a financial reporting process and a financial auditing process. The next thing that a successful CEO should be doing when it concerns financial management is to work with the finance person to implement strategies to optimize cost efficiency. In simple terms, how can you work with your finance person, the money that you have, to achieve more? They always say that a bad manager is a manager who achieves a lot of results while spending a lot of money. A good manager achieves a lot without spending so much. You effectively manage, you implement strategies to improve cost efficiency. to reduce how much cost you incur in achieving your sales or achieving income. So you need to work as a CEO. You need to constantly work with your team, with your finance team. What kind of things can we do? What kind of actions can we take in order to optimize cost efficiency, in order to minimize cost and achieve some more? The next thing that a successful CEO should be doing under financial health management is making strategic investment decisions. Yes, making strategic investment decisions. If you are running a business and that business alone is depending on that structure, you are not doing much yet. You need to start seeing how can we make more money since we are already scaling, we're making more sales. How can we get into other areas? How can we invest the profits that we have in our reserves? So, as a CEO, this is your responsibility, making strategic investment decisions. That is, you are involved in having discussions around investment decisions, maybe decisions around how can you acquire another company, how can you partner with another company, how can you buy stock in another company, how can you buy shares in another company, how can you buy equity in another company. So you as the CEO evaluate the financial feasibility and the potential returns of any of these investments, considering the impact of the action on the company's long-term growth and profitability. Therefore, if you are making a strategic investment decision, you are thinking intentionally, this action I am about to take, this company acquisition, this partnership, what will be the impact of this decision on the company's long-term growth and profitability? And using your experience and your expertise and to the best of your knowledge and ability, you need to make investment decisions that will greatly positively impact the future of your company in terms of growth and profitability. The next thing that a good CEO should be doing when it comes to financial health management is intentionally review the financial performance of your business. Intentionally review the financial performance of your business. And this financial performance review can only be effective if you as the CEO, you set targets. For example, a good CEO should review financial performance of the business maybe every month, every after 3 months, every after 6 months, and of course at the end of each year. And as you're reviewing this performance, you are relating it to the financial goals that you set, to the financial targets that you set. And if you are reviewing this financial performance within the year, let's say after 2 months, after 3 months, after 4 months, whatever that you have decided, you need to make sure you know how to adjust strategies as need be so you can position the business and the company in the way that you can continue to achieve your financial goals as a business. Lastly, and this is not all the points, of course, as a business person, you research and study more, and if you learn more, you see more, but these are the core of it, which I feel that every CEO should know. The last point here on what successful CEOs should be doing when it comes to financial health management should be ensure compliance with financial regulations and reporting standards. Very important. Ensure compliance with financial regulations and reporting standards. Right? In the US, they call the financial agency IRS. In other countries, it could be taxation department, it could be the Ministry of Finance. Where All businesses, all companies operate under certain umbrellas, certain ministries, certain government agencies, certain government departments. And all of these government departments have financial compliance. There are certain financial regulations and standards that every business operating in that particular country, you must know about these regulations and standards and comply to these regulations and standards. Therefore, as a CEO, it's your responsibility to ensure that your business, your company, is in compliance with the financial regulations and reporting standards. Even if you are delegating this role to your chief finance officer or accountant, it's your job to follow up and supervise to make sure that whatever is being done in the finance section, the company is respecting the financial regulations and reporting standard laid by the government agency in place. I hope that you picked a couple of things and you'll become better as a CEO. Keep building that dream and see you in the next part.